This is the story of the ants and the grasshopper. Here are the ants. Father, Annie, and Andy. They are all very hard workers.
Yuck.
The grasshopper is a very lazy fellow who doesn't like to work. We'll meet him later. This particular afternoon, the temperature's getting hotter and hotter. Both Annie and Andy are having a tough time.
Hey, what? Oh, for goodness sake. Now, what's wrong with you kids? Annie, if we want to eat next winter, we have to work. Now, come on, we'll be home soon.
Yes, Father.
Okay.
Oh, kids nowadays.
Here's the grasshopper, doing what he does best, being lazy.
Hey! Huh, what? Ah, those ants! Hey, ants, maybe you ought to apologize for scaring the living daylights out of me.
Well, what did we do that scared you?
Oh, with all that moaning and sweating, how can I relax?
Of course we're moaning and sweating. My children and I are working very hard to get this load home before sunset.
Oh, yeah? Well, what's it for?
It's our food.
Your food? Well, you sure have big appetites for being so small.
We don't plan to eat all of this at one sitting. We're storing it away for the winter when it snows and food gets scarce.
Now, why would you worry about it snowing? It's 90 degrees out here. See ya.
You'll be sorry. Summer doesn't last forever.
I wish we were grasshoppers.
When winter comes, you'll be grateful you were a hard-working ant all summer, believe me.
Party!
All right.
Rock and roll!
Pardon me, I don't know if you folks have noticed, but the weather is getting cooler every day. Winter is coming.
Perhaps you should relax a little more and work a little less.
There'll be plenty of time to relax when winter comes, but for now, we must work hard to prepare for it. Come on, kids, back to work.
Why work when you could be having fun?
Annie, just what do you think you're doing?
Grasshopper's right. Working is no fun.
Yeah, all work and no play makes us dull ants.
Why should we worry about tomorrow when we're having so much fun today? Live for the moment, I always say.
But the best time to have fun is after the work is done.
Some people just want to be worrywarts.
Ooh, that north wind's getting mighty chilly.
Looks like the party's over, Grasshopper.
I better get busy preparing my cocoon.
And I'm off to hibernate.
They're a bunch of party poopers, aren't they?
Every party has got to come to an end sometime.
Hey, wait a minute, don't leave yet. Bowie.
Just one more in here and a little bit there. Just a few more bricks and we're done, kids.
Dad, please, we were working all day and we're paid.
Come on, just a few more. It won't take much longer.
Here.
Thanks, Andy.
Oh boy, brisk wind. Guess summer is almost over. Rats! Now I need a new string. It's getting chilly. I guess I better start getting ready for winter tomorrow. Ah! Where did all this snow come from? Ah! It's all over the place. I better begin rounding up some food. There's gotta be food around here somewhere. Oh, why did I wait so long? Darn it! I know. Hey, Peter, come on, wake up and help me find some food, will you? I'm hungry. I could starve to death for all he cares. Maybe these folks have some food.
Great dinner, Mom.
Thank you.
This family has plenty of food.
Now, who could that be?
I'll see who it is.
Hi.
Why, it's the grasshopper. What are you doing here?
I woke up this morning and the whole world was covered with snow. I can't find anything to eat. Could I have some of your food?
We'll be glad to share what we have, but first you owe us an apology, Grasshopper.
Oh, an apology? For what?
Because you laughed at us and made fun of us for working so hard last summer, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure my children would accept your apology.
I may be starving, but I have too much pride to apologize to a bunch of silly, selfish ants! Bunch of picnic wreckers! Nothing will make me swallow my pride. I'm so hungry. I could eat just about anything, even my pride.
Delicious dinner, honey.
Glad you like it.
Gee, I feel kind of sorry for that poor grasshopper, Dad.
Me too, Annie.
What if he starves to death, Dad?
Now, don't you worry, Andy. I have a strong feeling he'll be back real soon.
Are you sure?
Aren't you glad your father made you work so hard last summer?
I sure am, Mom.
All play and no work might be fun, but I'd rather have a full belly.
How could I have been so dumb?
The grasshopper was so embarrassed, he would almost rather have frozen to death than have had to apologize to the ants and admit how wrong and how foolish he had been.
The moral is, playing may be more fun than working, but if you don't want to end up hungry and cold, you should start to like work.
Well, all work and no play isn't any good either, but if you're really smart, you'll do the work first. That's the moral of the story, isn't it, Melvin?
No.
Well, Melvin, what do you think the moral of the story is about?
The moral is, do your work early in the summer before the weather gets too hot.
This is the story of the wind and the sun. It is a beautiful sunny day in late summer, and all is quiet and peaceful. The green meadows bask in the warmth and light provided by the friendly sun shining above, knowing that it is his warmth and energy that give light to every living thing on earth. The kind old sun beams with pleasure. That is, until the arrival of some nasty storm clouds, When dark clouds gather around the sun, his warmth cannot reach the earth. Behind the clouds is the cruel and wicked North Wind.
Oh! Out of my way, son. I'm taking over now. I'm making them tremble. The mighty ocean must obey my powerful command on my orders. I'm the almighty and powerful wind, and I shall rule the world. You're my slave.
Stop this! Cruel wind!
Out of my way, son. You possess what power to prescribe commands to me? The Prince of Power!
Perhaps you don't realize, dear Prince, but there are creatures whose very lives depend upon the energy I give them.
I've more power and energy than you ever dreamed was possible, Mr. Sun.
You're mistaken, North Wind. Forgive me for seeming to boast, but I am the source of all energy, and in my own quiet, friendly way, I have far more power than you. Every living thing depends upon my energy for life.
On the contrary, I am the monumental emperor of power, and nobody is ever mightier than me. I can force anything to accept me as its master.
I'm able to make them do what I want without forcing them. I simply encourage them and let them act on their own. See that man down there? I can persuade him to take his coat off, but I bet you couldn't force him to.
I bet I can abduct that man's coat from him before you can, son.
Be careful who you make bets with, North Wind. I know humans better than you do. They respond better to friendly persuasion rather than force. Think it over.
You watch me. I'll show you.
And the bet was made. Whoever could make the man take off his coat would be judged the most powerful. The poor man had no idea what was in store for him. The North Wind approached the innocent man.
Ah! Oh, my hat!
Very sure of himself now, the North Wind blew a little harder. Having been warned once, the man hung on to his hat. The North Wind studied the man and tried to make a plan.
Okay.
The harder the North Wind blew, the tighter the man held on. The man continued walking. North Wind tried again. But the harder the North Wind blew, the tighter the man held on to his hat and coat.
The stubborn fool.
This wind is fierce, but I've got to keep going.
I'll give him the full treatment this time.
The North Wind resumed his attack with even greater force and energy.
Oh, that wind is trying to blow me away!
You're beginning to insult me with your human stupidity. Am I more powerful than you expected, little man, huh?
And then came the most fearsome gust the north wind had ever blown.
I'm out of breath. Once more. I've got to do it.
With his last ounce of energy, the north wind tried one last time.
Well, maybe now you're ready to give up and let me have a chance at him.
But if my mighty power wasn't able to budge him, I'm positive you couldn't persuade him. So if you think you're so powerful, let's see what you can do.
Move away, North Wind.
He's too stubborn to manipulate.
So the north wind left to allow the sun his chance. Everything grew quiet and peaceful again. The little man was very relieved when he realized the awful windstorm was over.
Well, I better get going. Yep.
The north wind looked on, wondering what the sun was going to do. The sun moved closer and closer, getting warmer and warmer. The man was beginning to perspire. The sun continued beaming down, warmer and warmer and warmer.
Ooh, it's getting hot.
Ooh. I didn't need to blow to persuade him to take off his hat.
The sun was able to get the man to remove his hat, but could the sun make him remove his overcoat?
My warm smile should do the trick. The warmer I smile, the warmer he'll get.
Better do my coat.
With the warmth of his smile and gentle persuasion, the sun had won the bet.
The idea of gentle persuasion does work.
Wait a minute. I'm not done yet.
The sun continued to smile and beam down warmly upon the earth. The flowers and the butterflies loved it.
See, North Wind? There's his hat and his coat. And there's his shoes and his shirt, even his undershirt, and pants and socks.
Must be some kind of magic.
The sun's warm persuasion was so effective that the man decided to go swimming in his underwear.
This feels great. I can stay here all day.
My gentle persuasion. What?
Just wait.
And so the north wind departed in defeat. The gentle sun had won the bet without the use of force. That shining sun, with his gentle power of persuasion.
Wind was stupid to think a man would remove his coat in a cold windstorm.
Yep, the sun was smart to know a man would take off his coat when it gets warmer.
It wasn't fair. The sun is always hot and the wind is always cold. Why, the sun had an unfair advantage.
The north wind should never have made such a difficult bet.
Yup, but you must persuade someone rather than force them to do something against their will.
Wrong.
Joe, you must use persuasion to make him agree with you.
Here, little runt, I'll show you
Catch me if you
persuasion.
can.